Hello there. Welcome back to another episode of Rule the Waves 2 for Great Britain. The year is 1933, and a new arms race has kicked off. This time for the construction of massive new battleships called juggernauts. So we currently have our own design, currently under development to counter an American development. These massive, absolutely enormous, almost 90,000 ton battleships. I have no idea how America is paying for their stuff, but they've managed it. So I guess they can afford it. Maybe it's because they're not paying as much in maintenance on all the older ships they have to take care of, because I've sunk so many. But they've got some pretty impressive stuff under construction, and we'll see what other nations are up to. Looks like Japan has started building new battleships as well. So they've got a new Suo class. Oh, this one's only in the 40,000 ton range. It's not a proper juggernaut yet. We'll see what other nations get up to once they start building battleships again. But I think most nations are still working their way through that heavy cruiser phase, thanks to that ill-fated treaty. All right. I think we've got stuff pretty well under control. We've got a bunch of cruisers here that we don't need on active fleet, so mothball those, save a little bit of budget. Anything else going on? Active fleet, active fleet. Okay, these conquests can go into mothballs. There we go. This one too. There we go. And yeah, the only things we should have on active fleet should be our carriers. Alright, now that all of our ship duties and responsibilities have been properly assigned, we can move on to our next turn. There we go. Oh. Well, that's interesting. Lighter steam turbines, 2% weight savings on machinery. I didn't even know that that was a technology. Fascinating. Lighter steam turbines, I wonder how they do that. Is that some sort of fantastic new material with absurd strength to weight properties? Perhaps that could be the unobtainium that the Russians were famous for using in their jet fighters? Who knows? But now that we've got some additional weight savings, I think we need to do a quick upgrade to our Juggernaut and see what kind of weight savings we get. And yeah, that is a pretty noticeable weight savings. It's only 2% on a machinery, but hey, 2% of 6,500 tons is a pretty noticeable amount. So yeah, we'll take that. And actually, I would like to see if we can do some different things. There we go. Ditch that cube, put a couple of side-mounted catapults. That's better. That looks much, much nicer. And in fact, that means that we can reposition our funnels back to where they're supposed to be. Let's put one there. There we go. That looks better. Alright, and we have the weight, so we'll just throw in another aircraft. Because why not? Alright. Oh, insufficient topside space for AA guns. Oh no. There we go. Perfect. All set. We'll save that. That'll be one more month of development, but that is fine. And now that we have more cruisers out of rebuild, that's more budget saved. throw those guys back in mothballs as well to wait around for the next war. All right. Let's see. We've got a monthly balance of up to 14,000 with probably another 5. Yeah, with another 5 million getting freed up from completing those cruisers, we might be able to actually build 2 juggernauts. That'll show those Americans. All right, next turn. Enterprise and Endeavour commissioned. 5 corvettes commissioned. Less aircraft than capacity. Do I want to assign more aircraft? No. Yeah, no to all. Much easier. All right. So glad they added that button. All right, a new Russian torpedo bomber called the Tupolev Tu-24 is entering service, rumored to be faster than our fastest torpedo bomber. All right. So no new technologies this turn. We already incorporated the latest development. So yeah, let's do this. All right, we're going to build 1 juggernaut. There we go. And I think I want another one. We should have some more funds getting freed up as these corvettes free up or finish up. So we will lay down another ship, and this one we shall call the Leviathan. There we go. And now we have 2 of these Colossus under construction. I cannot believe that we have the budget to pay for those. But we do, so we're building it. Oh my goodness. That's going to be pretty awesome. Alright, and these 2 heavy cruisers do not need to work up. We're going to throw them straight into reserve. They'll train up in the reserves, and that should be good enough. It's not as though war is happening anytime soon. Alright, how's our aircraft development? So we're starting to get multiple multiple air services that are faster than what we've got. And I don't particularly like that. That said, it is 1933. Let's see, when were those designs first developed? So the Gauntlet was 1932. Swordfish from 1932, and the Gannet 1931. Do still have a few other vessels in service, but yeah, for the most part, it's pretty well forward concentrated. Let's see, can we request proposals for any new aircraft? Oh, well, that's interesting. When did we get medium bombers? I don't remember that. Figure I should remember something important like that. All right, first things first for medium bombers. It's all about that range and bomb load. They're not doing the scouting. They'll be doing the damage. So hopefully we'll be able to stack enough aircraft in here with, hopefully we'll be able to get torpedoes dropped from these medium bombers. But I don't think that'll happen on this first generation of medium bomber. Alright, I think that looks good. We've got our cruisers set to reserve. We've got more ships coming out soon. Anything else? Oh, we've got some ASW stuff. So we'll just throw those right into mothballs right there. And next turn, 2 more corvettes commissioned. A spy from France is discovered. Blech, how dare they? Our scientists are currently baffled by the problems of a 500 psi steam plant. Yeah, 500 psi steam is pretty scary. Ooh, oxygen-fueled torpedoes. Yeah, 500 psi of steam. Yeah, that stuff hurts. I would not recommend touching 500 psi of steam. It's very hot. I can assure you from experience, it is not a pleasant experience, and not one that I would desire to repeat anytime soon. Alright, let's put these two fellows back on mothballs, since I do not need anti-submarine anytime soon. Actually, that brings up a good question, with Germany and France being my highest contenders. Okay, Germany has no submarines, basically, so I'm not too worried about that. And France has all of the submarines. That's over 200. So if we go to war against France, then I need all my anti-submarine warfare. If I go to war against Germany, it's not that big of a concern. Let's see. We are running somewhat low on minesweeping corvettes, though, so that is a little bit of a concern. What kind of mine-laying capability does Germany have? 3 ships with 30 mines, and then a bunch more ships with 30 mines. And then a whole bunch of their destroyers have mines. And that's about it. What about France? Just out of curiosity. Interesting, France has a fair number of CVLs under construction. That's interesting. And no mine-laying cruisers, and very few mine-laying destroyers. So Germany has a mine concern, France has a submarine concern. Two totally different nations requiring totally different solutions. Alright. But with that extra tension, we can afford to build another carrier. And in fact, I think I shall do that. So we're going to build another Splendid class carrier, and let's see, what should my name say for this one? Alright, so we had the Fabulous last time. I think it's time for another F name. We'll go with the Fabulous. Alright. And there we go. One more fabulous carrier to add to the collection. Alright. Either way, no matter what we end up fighting against, we are going to need destroyers. So let's see how our Garys are doing. Those were 1928 rebuilds. Let's see what we can do with this. A whole new design. So if I were to take this design and I were to just straight bump that up to 5-inch guns, that would be overweight. On the other hand, if I were to ditch one of these turrets, that frees up a fair bit of weight. Is that enough for the extra depth charge storage? Nope. But with 6 5-inch dual-purpose guns, that's pretty solid. Well, that is a pretty solid armament right there. Could I bump up the number of tubes? Nope. So we're still stuck with triples. It's a little bit disappointing there. But hey, 2 triples with reloads is still a very nice torpedo armament, and we would have the weight remaining for some mines. So that is not bad at all. I'm kind of curious about the heavy AA factor because it looks like it actually might have gone down. So let's see. Yeah, with the 8 4-inch guns, that gives us a heavy A factor of 15. Whereas if we go to the 5-inch guns, we have a heavy A factor of 13. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure that it's worth it. So I guess it's not quite time to go stepping up to 5-inch guns on these yet. Not quite time. That said, that is a fair bit of weight savings. So we could go up to quads if we stuck with the 4-inch guns. And we would still have sufficient weight to throw on some additional stuff. Second AA director bumps up our heavy A factor by how much? 15 to 17? Yeah? It's not bad. Alright, let's do it. More modern destroyer. Using these new weight-saving techniques. Not a huge step up, but hey, every little bit counts. So we'll take that and we'll start building those. Oh, increased loading mechanization, that's nice. Latest destroyer design Waveney is ready for construction. Let's see. How expensive are these? Ew, not exactly cheap. Alright, well, we'll start off by laying down 2 of them and see where the budget goes. Alright, and we have some ASW corvettes to go in mothballs. There we go. How's our construction costs? Yeah, all the rest of these should be coming out soon. So that's good. Yep, there they are. And our scientists are still baffled by the problems of 500 psi steam plant. Yeah, that's where that superheater comes in. Does help getting that extra jump in pressure there. Or actually, I wonder if they're running into material strength issues, building a boiler and piping that can contain 500 psi. So yeah, that is a valid concern there. Ooh, a new model of the flying boat. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so this one looks like it's slightly faster. Okay, that's good. Slightly longer range. And slightly better payload. Well, that's always nice. Alright, we'll take it. Alright, and we have all of these. Oh, hang on, what was that? Here we go. We have all of these corvettes to mothball. There we go. Hey, we have a positive monthly balance. And with that, I think I can actually lay down 2 more destroyers. There we go. Alright. Let's move right along. New docks completed, huzzah! And now we have a look at the French CVL. I am very curious about that. The Nice class. Well, it's nothing compared to our Splendids. Looks like a mixed battery of dual-purpose guns. That's not good because that's going to limit your effectiveness of your heavy AA. So they would actually get much better effect if they had just the 4-inch guns or just the 3-inch guns and dedicated all that weight to those. They do have medium AA, and I'm very jealous of that. On the other hand, I have 5-inch dual purpose, so I guess that's a fair trade. I'd rather have the 5-inch dual purpose. They have armor on there, which is an interesting decision for a light carrier, because 2 inches of armor is not really going to help very much aside from splinter protection, which it's not going to stop destroyer guns, it's not going to stop cruiser guns, and it certainly is not going to help against battleship guns. All that's really going to do is provide sufficient armor to arm the explosive warheads. So yeah, that's probably not a good plan, and it only carries 24 aircraft. So I'm very interested to see how they split up their fighter complements. Ooh, improved damage control practices, that's good. Gradual damage control improvement. I wonder what the specifics of the improvements are. Is that better organization of your damage control teams? Is that better training of your sailors in general? So that all your sailors know how to operate basic damage control equipment? Because that does make a big difference. And we have suffered a temporary setback in figuring out electric elevation and training. Unexpected advances in anti-aircraft artillery. What is that? Oh. Well, speaking of medium AA weapons right there, that is very interesting. The Vickers Company has developed a flying boat as a private venture. Well, let's take a look at this. Okay, so slightly slower, roughly comparable cruising speed though. It's basically the same thing. Slightly longer range, no maneuverability, a little bit more toughness, and roughly comparable bomb payload. You know what? I don't know. Maybe this will end up being a more reliable aircraft, so we'll take it. I will take that. How long until we get our medium bombers? 3 more turns. Okay, sounds good to me. Well then, next turn. An international naval gathering with a sailing regatta and competition. Well, we all know what happened last time we had a sailing regatta. Well, strengthen our international standing and lessen tensions, but the money to finance the event will be taken out of the naval budget. Interesting. Honestly, I think we can afford this. A little bit of tension reduction, buy some time to get some of these juggernaut battleships out. I would very much appreciate that. So yeah, we'll buy a little bit of time there. And that didn't even hurt our finances all that much. I am surprised. I am very surprised by that. And quite happy. Let's see. I don't think there's much for me to do here at all. We've got really about a year until any significant developments happen. And I don't see any funds being freed up anytime soon. Hang on, what's this? Why are you on active fleet? You should be foreign station. Keep hopping from port to port. That's what you're there for. It's funny, all my foreign station ships are very poor crew quality, poor or fair. I guess they're spending so much time visiting in the ports that they never spend any time at sea or doing anything useful. I could probably get better results if I actually spent the time to micromanage my foreign stations, but honestly, it's not really worth the effort. So we'll just leave things as they are, and we'll just move on to the next turn. Yeah, I know you've warned me. I'm going to ignore that. here? New technology developments. France is still building heavy cruisers. And they've commissioned their carrier that we got to look at, so that's nice. Ugh, problems in the delivery of equipment has delayed construction of Leviathan. Well, that's not so nice. At least it means that the Juggernaut will be launched first, but I'd rather we didn't have any delays. Alright. Well, let's move right along. A regional war seems imminent in the Balkans. One of our arms manufacturers wants to step up exports to the belligerents. You know, it's probably a little bit hypocritical that we just took some action to reduce tensions, but I think I'll go for it. A strong arms industry is a guarantee of our national security. We should sell to anyone who wants to buy. Alright, and here we have our fantastic new medium bomber prototypes. I wonder if that's what we're selling to the belligerents. Let's see. So, there's some impressive range there. I'm not seeing any torpedo payloads yet, so I'm a little bit disappointed by that, but not severely. This is my first generation medium bombers after all. They haven't really figured out that you can strap a torpedo underneath. Or two. Alright, so we've got roughly similar cruising speeds. The fastest one has the shortest range, and I don't like that. But our longest range has a very much longer range, almost 300. So that's nice. Cruising speed of 69. Nice. And they all have comparable bomb payloads, but the Hawker design with the longest range also has the highest toughness and otherwise identical performance. So, yeah, I think we'll do that. We'll go with the Hawker design. So what if it's a little slow? Who knows, they'll probably develop a faster engine for it in the next year. Alright. Well, Germany didn't exactly like that, but tough. Actually, this does bring up an interesting idea. Now that we have 5-inch dual purpose, maybe it's time for those medium AAs. Maybe it is time for some rebuilds. So let's take a look at that. So here we've got these inconsiderable class, already rocking the correct fire controls. Man, just a straight paint job would cost $1 million per turn for 4 months. Ouch. Well, that ain't cheap. Alright, well, let's see what we do. If we go down to 5-inch, dual purpose, ditch the 4-inch, and max out my 5-inch, that gives us a pretty hefty heavy AA factor right there at 43. Frees up a fair bit of weight, so that's nice. So we can throw on some additional AA directors, make that 2. And we can start cranking on some of that medium AA here. Because apparently the medium AA actually does benefit from... Oop, too far. There we go. Apparently the medium AA does actually benefit from AA directors. Well, I can't exactly call that inexpensive. That's actually a very expensive rebuild. On the other hand, big step up in heavy AA and medium AA, which is actually a very legitimate concern here. I kind of wish I could throw on some aircraft, but I just don't have the weight. So, yeah, we'll go with it. Alright. So that'll be 4 months of very expensive stuff. Yeah, I don't think I can afford to do both at the same time, so we'll do one. And once that's done, we'll do the other one. And then we'll have to look at upgrading our Iron Dukes. Alright, a new liberal government wants to reduce arms expenditures. What is my reaction? Oh, that's not good. We just started spending a whole bunch of money. No, that's not a good plan. That reduces my prestige. Letting budget and tension go down is not good. Or I could just say that this will spell doom for our proud nation, because we want to build those juggernauts. Alright. A little bit of tension. Preserving our budget. Yeah, I think that's worth it. Alright. Next turn, one of our agents has been caught in France. We'll make the agent a national hero. And there we go. Microphotography for armor breakage studies. Well, that's going to be very interesting. All sorts of fantastic material properties things you can learn from microphotography. Things all about grain structures and brittle fracture versus ductile failure. And who knows what other stuff they'll learn. Oh, unexpected advances in fire control. Uh-oh. Hang on. I thought we made unexpected advances in fire control. Why did we unlock improved AP projectiles? That's a little weird. But okay, I'll take it. Decremental chilling technique. I guess that's a method of manufacturing the shell casings for better armor penetration? Sure, why not? And we're well on our way to understanding improved landing guidance systems. Oh, that's good. The Short Company has developed a medium bomber as a private venture. Okay, we'll take a look. Alright, so this new medium bomber is higher speed, but same as what some of our other prototypes had. Shorter range, same as what our other prototypes had. Higher maneuverability, but otherwise identical stats. Yeah, I don't really see that as being beneficial. It is not a significant step up in anything that matters. So we're going to stick with the Hawker Heart. Oh, Russian scientists have invented the large aircraft carrier. That's interesting. And yep, France is annoyed with us too. Well, I guess that's what happens when we get caught spying. Oh, my CVLs are old. They're obsolete. Alright, we can't have that. We're going to have to send these guys in, which is really annoying because that's going to wreck their crew quality. But we really do have to do some rebuilds here. Alright. Let's see. I think we're going to stick with the 6-inch main guns. But do we have the weight to go up to 5-inch dual purpose? We do! Alright, so that is a huge step up in heavy AA factor. Actually, hang on. If we stick with the 4-inch, what can I do here? Nope, can't do it. Not worth the wait. Alright, that said, let's see what else we can do. So we wanted the 5-inch guns, 5-inch dual purpose. Might as well throw some director on there in case we have any close encounters. No, not really with it. So we'll hold off on that. That said, we do want some a directors. There we go. That is quite the heavy A factor right there, 43. Pretty good. And we have the weight to... Hang on, let's ditch these and let's put on some proper medium A's. Let's see what it would take it to go up to that. There we go. Very nice heavy A factor. And that still leaves us with some spare weight. So who knows, maybe if we free up more surface areas at some point, we'll be able to do something with that. All right. I think that is perfect. It's not going to be cheap. So it's going to complain about the number of secondary guns, but at least it's only a rate of fire penalty. And I'm not going to bother improving the main guns. Alright, let's go rebuild these things. Hang on, didn't we have another one that we needed to rebuild? Yeah, let's do this one too. A little bit sad to lose that elite crew quality, but oh well. A year in the yards. Actually, it's not even all that long. It's 4 months in the yards. They shouldn't lose too much experience, I hope. Ooh, improved fleet logistics reduces the risk of breakdowns. That's nice. And improved landing guidance systems. Nice. France is most definitely unhappy with us. Boy, we don't really have the money to start taking ships out of mothballs. So I'll just keep on going along. Battlecruiser Inconsiderable is finished. Oh, interesting. USA is hosting an international regatta and sail race. Well-trained crew is the favorite to win. What should we do? Reduce tensions or go for the win? Well, it's not like we could end up in another war from these things. See? It's fine. Improved optics quality, getting all them technologies. And America's not happy with us, but too bad. Alright, we'll put this guy back on reserve and we will start the rebuild of the other considerable. Here we go. Send her into the yards. And on to the next turn. More details on the medium bomber. I thought we'd already seen this. Russian ship cruiser Vesta. Interesting. 9 6-inch guns. This is a very interesting cruiser. I still think ours are better, but he does have one more gun than us. Alright, flying boat is ready for service. That's good. It'll be nice to start rolling those out. See what all happens. Alright. Those guys are getting rebuilt, so that's nice. An uprising in China makes it necessary to send an expeditionary force. Okay, safeguard our interests with a strong force, take part in a multinational force, or keep out of foreign adventures. Well, Britain is hardly known for keeping out of foreign adventures, but I do think we should take part in a multinational force while we try and modernize our fleet. And here we go. Improved model of the Supermarine Swordfish B. Let's see what they've done. No change in cruising speed or maximum speed or other stuff, but we do have bomb armaments and much longer range. That's nice. I wonder what it was. Drop tanks or something? Yeah, that's probably drop tanks that they added. And also hardware for bomb dropping. So, sure, we'll take it. Actually, I do think at this point we can save some money by reducing our espionage efforts, because we are pretty much at the forefront of technology. I'm not too worried about stealing stuff from others anymore, since we already got the 5-inch dual-purpose gun, and that was the only thing that I really cared about. So now that we've got that, there's nothing else that I really need to worry about stealing from others. Alright, yep, we got our carrier back, and yeah, they did not do too hot in the refit. They're down to fair crew quality. Well, that's what happens when they get rebuilt. And why did you not come out yet? Oh well. There we go, finish the reconstruction. Huh. The new Naval Secretary believes that submarines are the key to victory in a future war. He wants me to build 20 more. Ugh. Oh my. Well, budget is always useful. And submarines are not exactly expensive. So sure, we'll take it. Oh, well, our new medium bomber is somewhat sluggish, so that is unfortunate. Still having problems with delivery of equipment. First they delayed our battleships, now they delayed our carrier. I am not happy by that. Alright, we need to build some submarines. So let's do that. There's 10. And there's another 10. Alright. Hey, and we're still doing good on balance. And that means we can start looking at rebuilding some of this other stuff. So let's take a look at the Iron Dukes. Because these are the guys who will most likely benefit the most, since they'll see the most action. Alright, so we'll see about doing the usual. So current heavy A factor is 36. So that's what we're starting with. We already have advanced director, so I'm not worried about that. We drop down to 5-inch dual purpose and crank that number up. And that gets us up to 44 heavy A factor. Well, that's a mixed battery of 5-inch and 4-inch guns. And then as we get rid of that, that puts us right back to almost the same value, 43. So yeah, mixed batteries of dual-purpose guns is not very helpful. But now we have free weight. So we're going to start off by putting on a catapult. Let's plop that. Oh, not there. That's a terrible spot for a catapult. I want that on that. There we go. That's a good spot for a aircraft catapult. And then we have the weight for some A directors. We'll drop those, crank those up, and look at that heavy A factor. Absolutely fantastic. And then we can use the rest of this for medium AA. So we'll just crank that up, and oops, that's a little bit too far. Let's see, if we go with 44, Throw on a few additional light AA guns, and we still have 149 tons left. What can we do with 149 tons? I don't know, maybe an extra plane? Sure, we'll do that. Actually, you know what? If we're gonna do that, we still have more weight remaining. We might as well throw on additional catapults. So we'll go with... Let's see about... I'm kind of curious what happens if we just go with those. Ugh, that's kind of a weird arrangement there. Okay. Yeah, we're going to disregard that and put them right on the midships. There we go. Much better. Alright. That is a very nice looking arrangement. We got one extra plane. We got catapults, so we don't even have to stop to launch float planes anymore. And we got so much additional anti-aircraft capability. This is a very nice upgrade. It's not exactly going to be cheap. What? Insufficient top spot? Oh, nuts. Double check that. Oh, yeah, okay. There we go. Back down to the original light anti-aircraft armament. Alright, save that. All okay. And let's rebuild these 3 ships. Yep, there we go. A little bit in the red, not too bad. Okay, on to our next turn. Ooh, improving national resources. That's good. Battlecruiser finishes. A new cruiser from Italy has just arrived. Ooh, I wonder what they've got. So Italy has some cruisers. Let's see, do they have any cruisers in our area? Looks like they're pretty much all in the Med, so maybe something in the Indian Ocean? Well, whatever, let's take a look at these. So they've got some 15,000 ton ships. 1927 design. Yeah, that's a much heavier ship and very poorly armored. Maybe it was one of these 1100 tonners with 7-inch guns. Yeah, that's basically a glorified light cruiser with that degree of armament. And 7-inch guns don't gain any of the benefits of 6-inch guns. They're much slower firing, and they're not accurate against lighter ships like destroyers, whereas 6-inch guns don't have much difficulty hitting those destroyers and such. So those are all Venezia class. Then we have this 1934 design, the La Spezia. Let's see what those got. Interesting. A 1/2-inch armor belt on a heavy cruiser. That's very interesting. I wonder if that's what they did on the Venezias. Nope. Well, that's quite the sacrifice in order to get their speed up. I wonder if they'll call these the cardboard cruisers. I remember that was a real thing back in the historical Italian Navy. Some of their insane light cruisers were called cardboard for the extreme thinness of their armor. Maybe it's one of these. The Ancona class. Okay, see, that's actually a decent design. It's not great. I still think my cruisers are better. but my cruisers also have a lot of technology and a fair bit more displacement behind them. So, yeah, I think, actually, yeah, that is a new cruiser, so that's probably that. Prestige intention, bland neutral statement, burn prestige to gain budget. Well, it's not like the Italians are actually doing anything useful. So I think we'll just punch up that prestige and tension. There we go. Ooh, improved 20mm automatic cannon. That's nice. And yeah, we only really managed to annoy Italy. I'm not concerned about that at all. And hey, some of our CVLs should be coming out soon, so that's good. Alright, but we're past the 50-minute mark here, so I guess I should call this episode to a close. We'll see what happens in the next episode. Until then, I'm Katori87, signing off.